Hey, what's going on, YouTubers? So, this tutorial will show you some tips on using Dig. We're going to start with some basics and get into zone transfer, which can be great for testing internal, external DNS, whether you're doing auditing, pen testing, things like that. So, let's get started. Now, there's other tools you can also use as well, which I'm not going to get into too much detail on, but host, NS lookup are two. I'll show you some differences with host and then show you see what it looks like for you. So all right, here we see we're doing a lookup. We can see the DNS server that I'm using is 10.168.1.1. Let's say I want to use 8.8.8.8. So we'll see that change down here. So you can adjust your DNS server that you're querying by selecting at and then the IP address. And so let's do that same command with host. And this domain that I'm looking up here is Hurricane Electric. They actually have IPv6 training and could be beneficial. Go check it out and get a certification through them. So you see this output's a lot shorter, brief, arguably cleaner. Historically, I've used Dig, so I prefer to use Dig. And let's move on. All right, so let's look up the quad A address or the IPv6 address for these. For this case, we're just going to change the lookup into 4As. We see the IPv6 address. Now use Control A to go to the beginning of the line there. Save you some time. And we can see the match there getting returned for both. How about NS name server? Just got to change that. So as you've probably noticed here, the T designates which type of records we're looking for in regards to the box that we're querying. So we can see here, Helium Electric IPv6 has multiple name servers, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We'll follow suit and just do this with NS since we've already started doing it with NS. So there you go. And, it's something to keep in mind. Like I mentioned earlier, NS Lookup's another tool that you can use to get name records. Just having multiple tools in your tool belt is very helpful because you may not have one available on one operating system that you're using. So having multiple tools to leverage is very helpful. All right, let's shift a little bit and we're going to go ahead and look up mail servers. So MX. MX are mail servers, and we're going to look for gmail.com. Here you go. And you can clear this. I've been using Control L. I'm on a Mac to clear the screen. So let's look at another command. Let's look for any records. So this will provide results for any type of records available. Let's use. So here we see the NS servers again returned the quad A record as well when we specify any. Again, that'll be used to grab A, MX, NS, etc., any type of records that are available. So the next option I'm going to show you, but it appears like the server that I used to use to do testing of zone transfers is no longer available. But in order to do a zone transfer with dig, we'll specify that, and then the name server or IP that you're going to query. And then you put in the zone to transfer. So let's say what we used to be able to test with was zone transfer me. So and he used to make this available to show of the vulnerabilities with this. Yeah, so we can't do it any longer. It fails. Give me a moment. Let me come back. So to finish this out, I decided to pull up the website for DigiNinja, who used to have the domain that you were able to do zone transfers with, but no longer can. So it's going to show you down here. So this is an example of what it might look like. So just I had shown dig AXFR, the name server, and then the zone to transfer. So you can see here, there's a tremendous amount of records that are transferred. A lot of times, like the primary DNS server should not allow any type of zone transfers except from the secondary DNS server and or the tertiary, so the third one. But um, I've worked in organizations where they do allow zone transfers, and some of the reasoning behind that was, well, folks will scan and they'll find out about the host anyways. But if you're an attacker, tester, it can save you a tremendous amount of time when you're able to get the whole zone transfer versus trying to enumerate, doing recon for each single host. So it's any type of testing I would do, I would recommend that they lock that down. So this is a picture of what that looks like. And he goes into great detail on his website for this. And I'll just bring it down here. digi.ninja/projects/zone transfer me.php. So you can find more information there. And he does a great job of just getting into the weeds on why you don't want to allow this and some of the details of the records themselves. So hopefully you find this useful, helpful, especially in your quest to do further enumeration of hosts. Let me know if you have any feedback. Thank you for your time. Bye bye now.